The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at www.dallasgenealogy.org.
Meeting, but we're going to then proceed forward. The minutes are available on the website, and so now, Tony, I need you to unmute everyone, and I need a motion to accept the minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes.
I second.
That's Susan Rainwater made
Yep.
the motion. Patty, you seconded?
No, that wasn't me. I'm not sure who it was, but I will second it.
Okay. All right. All right. Are there any corrections or comments about the meeting? Okay. Those who approve the meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. We will say the motion is carried and the minutes are approved. The treasurer's report, we have total deposits as of the end of April of $306 and total payments during April, $590. Obviously, our activity has dropped off a lot. The checking account has $25,448. Our savings, $97,100. Are there any questions about the treasurer's report? All right. Okay, here begins some of our housekeeping things we need to take care of. In April, we voted on motions to amend and update the bylaws and standing rules, and there was a recommendation to delete the household membership category. That motion was tabled until the board could do some additional research and discussion. First thing we need to do is to remove the motion that tabled that motion.
Susan, this is Barbara Ware. I move that we remove that motion from the table.
This is Caroline Simpson. I second it.
All right. So is there any discussion about this? So this is kind of a two-part process. We've now taken that motion to delete the household membership. We've taken it off the table. And so we need to vote on untabling the tabled motion. So I think Tony's going to put a poll up, and I need people to vote, please, and hit the submit button.
Susan,
Yes.
this is Carolyn Davis. Can you give us a little background about the thought behind this? And I am confused by removing the tabled motion.
Yes, I do understand that. All right, so we had a motion to vote on the recommendation. This was in April. We had had a motion to vote on the recommendation to delete the household membership, and there was discussion at the April meeting, and at that point we wanted to do some additional discussion about it. The board did, and some additional research. And so to stop the vote in April, we had to table that motion and just basically put it on hold. So right now what we're doing is taking that motion off of hold and untabling it so that now we can vote on the motion.
Oh, okay.
And this is part of Robert's rules. I tell you, we went through this process. We paid a lot of attention to what we have to do. So the first step is to untable the tabled motion, and that's what that poll is.
Okay.
All right.
So
So we have 100% there. All right.
Can we talk?
Okay. Now the second part of this is we need to vote on the motion that the board had put forth to delete the household membership category. And so what we need to do is the DGS board has now recommending that we withdraw that motion, and we want to withdraw the recommendation to delete the household membership category. That means if we vote for removing the recommendation, that the household membership category will stay in place and be available. So I now need a motion to remove the motion to delete the household membership category.
Susan, this is Caroline Simpson. I
Yes.
move that we delete the motion to remove the motion of the household membership. Did I say that right?
Barbara, is that right?
About as close as you can get.
All right.
Great.
All right. Thank you, Carolyn. Do I? I know the Robert's rules, they are, I tell you, I feel like I'm living in colonial America with some of this British common law here. So do I have a second on Caroline Simpson's motion?
Susan, this is Michelle Cohen. I second it.
Okay,
Who
go
was that? Who seconded?
This is Michelle Cohen. I second it.
Okay, Michelle. All right. Okay, do we have any, now, at this point, let's discuss this. You're going to see a poll come up that says we're going to withdraw the recommendation to delete the category. And by doing that, we will leave the membership category intact. So is there any questions or discussion about that?
Okay.
How
Susan,
come?
All right.
this is not really a hindrance to the software, the membership counting of the computer, right?
Well, we did some research, and this is not going to, we found a couple of problems that we've been able to correct.
Okay.
So that's, we're not going to let that be the reason why we delete the membership category.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
You
So,
want them to see you?
Tony, we need the poll to vote on withdrawing
So many damn
the
windows.
recommendation.
Okay, so I'm a little chunky on this, and I've got Gina on my cell phone. She's locked out of Zoom and unable to get into the call, so I'm handling two things at once, but
Okay.
we'll get this next one up there.
Yeah, we need to be able to get Gina. All right, we're waiting for the poll, so let's just,
So is this the withdrawal recommendation?
Yes.
yes, correct.
There it is.
Okay, let's just step right there. Okay, this is your camera right here.
All right, so you'll vote and submit, please.
And we are voting all yes so far. Okay, I'm going to close the polling and share the results.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. So that housekeeping is done. And again, the household membership category remains available. Okay. Now we have one last thing. I want to thank the nominating committee, who's made up of Tony Hansen Chair, Pat and Jim Stone, and Jean Burrows. In April, they presented the slate of officers for the 2020-2021 year. This is the slate, and we did approve the slate last time. There has been we opened the floor to nominations. There were none at the April meeting, and we've had no additional nominations since then. So now we need to vote on this slate for the executive committee officers. And Tony will put up the last poll we have today. And you will vote and submit, please. All right. As Tony's checking that, I'm going to continue on. We held a virtual, okay, there's the poll. All right, thank you very much for your vote. And we have our executive committee for the 2020-2021 years. Again, I want to thank the committee, and I want to thank the people serving on the executive committee. We held a first time a virtual town hall meeting on Saturday, April 25th. We had about 25 people on the meeting where we discussed suggestions and recommendations, especially in response to the coronavirus crisis. And some of the things that came out of the meeting included people were interested in indexing, including training sessions, and then perhaps virtual sessions where we all joined in and did some indexing at different sites. We talked about expanding our marketing plans for virtual presentations because it does look like we are going to have, at least for the near future, virtual presentations, especially for our seminars. We talked about pop-up SIG meetings. Topics included the technology area for storage options, backup processes, finding duplicate documents and photos, using Evernote or OneNote for organizing, and then perhaps a pop-up SIG meeting for subject matter such as deeds or the Dallas County Rome site, which is the Dallas County property records. So the board is going to be working on these, and if you have any additional comments about how we can be using our Zoom conferencing for virtual sessions throughout the summer, we would like to hear from you. But watch for information on our website and emails as we send out any new meetings. One of our new meetings is the genealogy virtual help desk. Normally we hold these help desks prior to the general meeting when we're at the library. That's not happening now. So we had our first help desk meeting the evening of Tuesday, April 26th, and we had 28 people join in, including the genealogy section staff and the library. We will hold 3 more of these summer sessions on the 4th Tuesday of the month. That will be May 26th, June 23rd, and July 28th. Advanced registrations required so that we can make sure no one hacks our meetings. So please go to our DGS website and look for additional information about these virtual help desks. We had a very lively discussion on the 26th, and I think this is one way to communicate with each other during this summer.
I really enjoyed it. This is Sharon. It kind of inspired me. I actually went and looked at the vertical file index that Nick told us about, made a list of stuff I want to look for, and then spent the next 2 days working on my genealogy. What a shock.
We had a lot of good ideas come out of that meeting. So please join us for the May meeting and bring your problems, genealogy problems. We are looking for a way to submit questions in advance, and when we get that tied down, we'll let you know. Okay, I am excited. We have a volunteer. In fact, we have 2 volunteers. Dean Barron accepted the position of Director of Publication Content, and he is off and running. So please, if you have a chance to to talk to Dean or email him. We really are looking forward to his working with us as that volunteer for the Director of Publication. I also want to acknowledge and thank Kathy Dempsey for her work this past year as a newsletter editor. Kathy will be vacating this office the end of August due to some additional work requirements she's now doing personally. But Michelle Dwyer will take over as a newsletter editor at the end of the summer. So Dean and Michelle will be working on content and getting the e-news done each month. And Dean will be working on additional publication opportunities. You'll be hearing from him before long. But I'm delighted to make this announcement. We have 5 upcoming online SIG meetings in May. So go to our website and check the dates and times for the German, African American, Capel, Jewish, and best practices SIGs.
Susan,
Yes.
the DNA SIG will be meeting online also.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't get that updated. Last I'd heard it was not. So all of the SIGs then will have online meetings in May. So go to our website under events and special interest groups for those times and topics. Thank you, Barbara. On May 5th, the Communities Foundation of Texas is holding a special North Texas Giving Day. And I think it's in response to the crisis we're having now. But one of the things we'd like you to do is consider donating to the Friends of the Dallas Public Library. They support our libraries, especially the Bayer at Johnson. And so, again, that giving opportunity is available now, but May 5th is the main day. There'll still be the September North Texas Giving Day, as we understand it, but this is a special North Texas Giving Day. And we would encourage you to support the Friends of the Dallas Public Library. All right. We have planned for over a year to hold a DNA seminar on July 25th. Those plans are still in place, and this event probably will be a virtual presentation. Please watch the DGS website for additional information. We are making those plans behind the scenes, and it is very probable that it'll be a virtual presentation as opposed to being there in person.
Susan?
Yes.
This is Caroline Simpson. I was wondering if we were going to try to have a virtual presentation for the past spring that we had to cancel.
Well,
actually,
right now, Tony Burrows is rescheduled to September 19th. And it's a little early yet to say whether that will be virtual or in person. But we have worked with Mr. Burrows all along, and he has been just wonderful to deal with. And we've got the rooms reserved at the library. And right now, it's set for September 19th and hopefully a live presentation. The David Lambert seminar is completely canceled, and that was the speaker who canceled all of his 2020 speaking engagements. So that one is not rescheduled. Do we have any questions before I do the introduction for today's speaker? Any comments?
This has been a presentation of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your membership dues are supporting this and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, I hope you consider joining. You can become a member for as little as $35 a year, and you can join by going to our website, dallasgenealogy.org, and clicking on the membership tab.